Hi, my name is Euan Wilcox. I'm a level 6 Chartered Management Degree Apprentice for IBM. And within the company, I specialise in being a business transformation consultant. So my current roles and responsibilities, as I mentioned, my official title is a business transformation consultant, but I actually currently sit in the project management office for the certain account I am on. This essentially means for this account, I govern the project, making sure it stays on track, identify any risks and subsequently acting on them, etc. And a current typical day for me looks like waking up around 8:30 a.m., with my mornings normally packed with client or team meetings where we really focus on our previous day and achievements, and then look ahead to the current day, anything we may want to achieve, any priorities. I then have my lunch around 12, and my afternoons are a bit more free. I am given a bit more freedom to get on with the project work that I may have, or sometimes I have meetings for the initiatives I am involved with within the company, as well as any external initiatives I'm involved in. So the recruitment process. I always knew an apprenticeship was for me, and I identified the IBM degree apprenticeship quite early on within sixth form. For me, this is how the application process went. So I completed an initial application form, which I would describe as a broken up personal statement, kind of really specific questions such as, why do you want to work for IBM? Why do you want to complete a degree apprenticeship? What will you bring to your job role, etc. And I was successful in this stage, so I moved on to cognitive testing. This was basically online problem solving. It tested your ability to solve certain problems, your method of doing it, and how quickly you were able to do it. I was then moved on to an assessment centre, which was at Bedford Lakes, the IBM location pictured on your screen, where the day was packed with a variety of activities. One that springs to mind was a pre-recorded presentation in front of managers about why I believed I was a right fit for IBM. And another was a interview with an employee where they kind of asked why you want to work for the company and what kind of practice you would want to sit in within the company. My top tip for this stage would be, everyone is nervous, everyone is feeling anxious, and it is not just you, everyone's in the same boat. So don't think this will hinder your chances of being hired. I was successful in my assessment centre application, so I was moved on into the matching pool, where a manager picked me out and interviewed me for the supply chain and procurement practice, which I sit in now. My top tip for the recruitment process would be preparation. If it's the initial application or your assessment centre and a pre-recorded presentation, practice until your heart's content. Practice until it becomes a monotonous task, and practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of your family. You can't go wrong with practicing as many times as possible, because it will really benefit you later on and ensure that whenever you're completing this interview, that you come across as really confident, and this is something that employees really want to see. So why do I think apprenticeships are great? Firstly, the massive one, experience. Everything that I learn at university, I'm able to apply directly into my job. So it is not like full-time university students who, whenever they learn something, can't directly link it to something. I always have the ability to do that. There's many benefits surrounding apprenticeships. Of course, you get paid whilst doing it, and that's a big one that stands out to so many people. And another one for me would be that I don't have to pay for my degree, that IBM luckily pay for it. So not only do I get paid to complete my job, but I'm also having a paid degree at the same time. There's so many opportunities surrounding apprenticeships, and I've listed the ones that I'm involved in on screen, so I'll just go through those now. So IBM, of course, that's the company I work for. Pearson College London, that is the university I attend, and I have some jobs within that. I am a student rep and also a student ambassador. I'm involved in some initiatives within IBM, so PMBS and FIC. They are different societies within the company, and those logos I actually created myself. TEDx, I'm in the process of creating a TEDx talk with my team from the university. Amazing apprenticeships, of course, the Young Ambassador Network that I am speaking to you on behalf of now. And lastly, the Association of Apprentices, which is a council that I'm involved with, which support the needs of all apprentices across the UK. And lastly, achievements. There are so many ways for young apprentices to get recognised in whatever role or industry you're in. And because of this is such a benefit because you can really stand out from the crowd. And even at such a young age, you can be recognised for the hard work that you do. And lastly, my advice to others would be research. For those of you who think that university is the only route to be able to go into do the job or industry that you want to go into eventually, I would say to you, maybe have a think about what apprenticeships may be available to you. There are so many apprenticeships available nowadays that whatever field or industry that you want to go into, there is likely an apprenticeship which allows you to do this. So definitely have a research, form a network. If this is speaking to current apprentices in the industry that you're involved in, or just attending events like this, or any apprenticeship events that you see advertised, go and do it, form a network. And if you then have any questions or queries surrounding apprenticeships, you have certain people that you can go and turn to. Develop your skills. If you kind of know the job or industry that you want to move into, then develop your skills. Take on some courses or qualifications that are available to you at that stage. And if you're then able to communicate these to employees and say, oh, I actually have a qualification surrounding, this industry, they'll be really happy, and, it may increase your chances of being hired. And lastly, be yourself. Don't make it out like you're someone you're not, because if you do, employers will likely find out later on in the application process, and this may hinder your chances of being hired. So just be yourself, come across how you normally do, and just be real. So thank you very much. I've been Euan Wilcox, and if you do have any more questions to me or about IBM or apprenticeships in general, just feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and fire any other questions. So thank you very much for listening.